Hey everybody, it's opening night. Oh no, it's not. It's the 31st already. It's the last day of March. So let's go over the 30th and opening day, because of course it's not finished yet. It's still baseball. I don't care how many clocks they put in that game. This game still lasts a long time. They find a way to have long innings even with the pitch clock. It's amazing. Anyway, so a lot of the games are done, but some games are still in progress. We have enough to do the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is to take a day's results. So I've gotten all the lineups in here that were confirmed for the day, did this, put all the scores in right here, and then clear out your macro area in the testing cube and make it all clear, and run this now to see how it did today, even though it's not done. So let's do that. And then I'll show you how we're going to learn what to do starting tomorrow with combinations, and also just how did it do? Even though some games aren't over. Some key games that aren't over is the Angels are only up 1-0 in the top of the 8th. Dodgers are winning by 5 runs already in the 7th. And the Cleveland game is tied in the bottom of the 8th, and Seattle's got a guy on. So that's a fighting game, because I think we have Cleveland as an underdog. So the macro just ran. All 25 combinations that we test just ran. So now we refresh the browse testing cube sheet. When we do that, it should update. Okay, it's sitting on combo number 25. I'm opening it up to all combinations as was what the look pretty much was in the morning. But some things have changed because we have actual lineups in here. So what is it showing, first of all? Cleveland game not over. We'll see if we can get a little more determination on that game. Seattle might score there in the bottom of the 8th. We'll see. So just looking at this, I'm saying, okay, this is pretty reasonable. There's 4 wins and a loss, 2 wins and a loss, 3 wins and a loss, 2 wins, and then we still have Cleveland out. And LA is only up by 1. So what this shows with the full average of all the different combinations is this is pretty good. This is 11-3 so far, and this is a close game, and whichever way it goes, it goes. Now, that's the average of all of them. Let's also look, because this is really the look we want to look at every day, is the average of all the combinations. And we want to get a nice distribution of combinations that are better. So we're going to talk about which combinations did well today, which ones we could override with something else. Because the optimal thing is to try to get a combination that won all the games today. Like, we'll see, is it possible? We'll start looking around and seeing. But first, I want to check runs real quick. We got Atlanta scoring 7 runs or whatever. They score 7. Angels don't put up the runs because the guy in Oakland pitches better. Dodgers have already put up 7. Tampa Bay doesn't put up as much as we thought, but they still win 4-0. Also, look at the margin of victory here, because that's what that is. This is the margin of victory of the game. And if it's more than 1, then that team covers, the -1.5. So 3 of these top 4 do. Although the Angels game is not over yet also. San Diego looks like there's a loss there. The Mets win. Minnesota wins. Houston blows a close one, I think 3-2, right? Toronto wins and outscores St. Louis. The Yankees win with no problem. Baltimore comes back in a shootout and wins. Pittsburgh down here wins, and Texas wins. You lose Milwaukee. You don't have Milwaukee now. All right, so that's the average of all of them, 11-3. Showing 4.85 units profitability, but you got to see what happens here. 32% right now. That's pretty darn good. It's a winning day. It's a winning day at all margins. You have at least 18% ROI or 17% ROI. All the way down is the lowest it is. This is a very good day so far. So now, which combinations made it a good day? Because this is the fun part, is we get to check all of them. So combination 1, which is based solely on pitcher win percentage, did not do as good as 11-3. 11-3 is what all of them did. Combination number 1, pitcher win percentage, does not do nearly as well. Loses a lot of games. Still has Atlanta on top, but loses Oakland way up here, loses the stuff. So not great. What about pitcher whip? A little better than win percentage, but still not great. ERA, not great. This is all last season stats, of course. Now, here's the lineup factor. Lineup factor goes at 11-3 with 8 in a row, top 8 in a row so far. Yeah. So that means our lineup factor was a really good stat, and we should weight it a lot, which is, it was the only, one related to players today, even though it's their last season stats. But that clearly worked out really well, losing a close one with Houston and this weird shootout game here. So lineup factor really good. Bullpen ERA, kind of not great, but okay. Because anytime you see a lot of wins up at the top, that's what you're going for. Don't expect to win every game, especially stuff down here with under 10% margin. This stuff should be choppy because they're supposed to be really close games. But when you start winning way at the top, that's what you want, because that's what the algorithm is supposed to tell you. Here you've got BAPIP, which is doing pretty good up top. Yeah, 10-4, pretty good. Only has Boston losing here and may have Cleveland. Average runs per game, okay up top, but not good. Average runs allowed, not good. That's all last season stuff. All right, then we start getting into different combination strings. So let's see if anything beats our 11-3, which right now I believe is the best one of all of those, right? It was the same as lineup factor. So 11-3 and a pretty decent order. Let's see if we can beat that 11-3, beat that 32% profitability. No, 10-4. Here's an 11-3. Got to see, sometimes it's different teams depending on the distribution. There's an 11-3. 11-3. You can see a lot of these distributions are similar. So we're learning that everything like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, that they're not altering all that much, meaning they're probably pretty heavy with lineup factor. See how interesting kind of, some might be slightly better, the way the losses move around. It's a little worse down there. And then the 25 is not that bad. 25 is pretty good. 25 has got, 10 of the top 11 so far, barring a crazy comeback by San Diego, which I don't think is going to happen. And the Mariners are up 3-0 now. Okay, so this would change. This is turning into a loss because it's going to go into the 9th inning. So that game looked like that might lose. The way to fix that is to clear everything out and update the score of the matchups here, and then rerun everything. We could see it. So that is going to lower our profitability. And I'm just going to do it real quick because I want to leave the video with the number of the profitability for the day, assuming the Angels are holding on. Because everything else should finish off like this. All right, so we're going to now rerun it, assuming that it is final all around. Okay. We'll see exactly what our profitability was, where our max profitability was, and which combination, which I'll call it combination 25 for the moment, which is going to make me want to lower win percentage. I think one thing we learned is that pitcher win percentage is not really a great determinant of a game. And so I'm going to reduce that factor on a couple of the combinations where it might be bigger than it should. I'll show you how we'll do that. So yeah, now you have a loss here, and our 25 is still profitable at 29. And the highest profitability was around 55%, 11 games in. But on our consolidated look, it is 26%, 3.8 units on 15 games. The best place it is really up at the top in these top 4 games before you get hit with that San Diego loss. And it recovers to about 30% in a couple spots, but ends in the mid-20s. This is not bad. This is profitable all the way down. There isn't one area where if you bet all these teams on the money line to win at these lines, you made money. We hit 1, 2 out of 3 underdogs. So we beat the odds makers because we hit 2 out of 3 there. Assuming Cleveland doesn't come back and win down 3-0 in the 9th. And yeah, so tomorrow. So I'll prepare tomorrow in the morning before the games start when the lineups come out, and I'm sending it out to those that have subscribed. It's, as you can see, that we'll see if we have another profitable day tomorrow, but we're looking at we'll set it to combination 25. Because 25 has 50% profit ranges. See that? This never gets to 50%, but the 25 does because it hits too many more up top. So we'll leave it at number 25 for now. And everywhere where we have a pitcher win percentage is a high number right here. Let's get rid of that. Let's make it 5% all the way down. I just don't want to care about it. I don't think it's a really good factor. And then we'll leave that. And what else are we going to do? Whip ERA, where are we going to put it? We'll start putting it into different things, but this is good enough for now because we've taken what I think is a negative factor out. I always had a problem with pitcher win percentage. I do it, but because I like to see the wins losses, it helps something, but it's not really good. It's because they don't always have decisions because the way lead changes happen and how long people pitch. So we're going to go with these stats more, and I think that's going to help. Yeah, I think that will help. All right, so yeah, I'll do a video tomorrow for those who subscribe, and we'll do a recap video for everybody. But if you want to get access to see what the picks are, to see what this thing is kicking out as the order for tomorrow, then you can follow the links and subscribe for the emails every day. All right, good luck, everybody. May all your picks be winning.